Hello there, April Mack here, going live day 3 of my challenge, which is called Go Live in 5. I remembered it this time. And it's all about helping you get the courage and learn some tips about how to create your best live stream ever. So if you're already a live streamer, you already go live on your page, then hopefully this will just give you some more ammunition and more tips to help you hone your skills. And if you're new to going live, completely new, you've never done one, then I'm hoping if you're following along this challenge that you will be going live in 5, which is actually only in 2 more days from now. So that's Friday is the go live day. So hello to anyone watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So nice to see you guys coming on. If you're watching on a replay, hashtag replay, so I know that you've been here. And please do comment as we go, because I love to have interaction. It's always nice to know who's here, and if you're watching on replay, comment so that I can come back to them. So usually what I do is I talk, and then I come back to comments a little bit later at the various breaks in the session. So please, as I'm talking, if things pop into your mind and you want to share them, please do, because it always enriches what we talk about. So rather than just me coming from my own perspective, if you add to the conversation, it's going to be better for everyone. So hey, gorgeous people who are coming on. We're going to get started fairly quickly. I might wait 1 minute or half a minute more, just because I know there's probably a few more people coming on. So I'll just have a sip of my cup of tea. Hopefully you've got a tea or a wine or something, whatever you drink, and a notepad and pen, because I'm going to give you some stuff that hopefully is going to be useful enough to write down today, okay? So what we're doing today, we're talking about content. I'll take a sip in a sec, hang on. We're going to be talking about content for your live. So a lot of people talk to me about saying, oh, I don't know what to get on and say. Everyone's out there saying stuff. What can I add to the conversation? So we're going to talk about that tonight. So if anyone feels like they feel you struggle for content, then just pop a comment in here and let us know that that's something that you struggle with, so that we can help you out. Certainly it was the case for me when I first started going live. I was thinking, what can I talk about? Doesn't everyone already know this stuff? But the thing is, we all have skills and unique talents and perspectives that other people are interested in. And if we are prepared to take the courage and get online and talk about it, you're going to help someone out. Even if it's one person you help by going live, isn't that worthwhile? Hopefully you think it is. So I certainly do. And I will even go live if no one's watching. Now, I don't know about you guys. I don't care if no one's watching, because I know that people do come back and check out my stuff and watch on replay. And if they don't, then I've had a chance to practice the skill of going live and, you know, the feeling that come up when you do that. And also I know that down the track, if a future client has a question and I've already done a live on it, I can just point to that live and say, here, check this out. And what I'm finding is that the more content I put out there, the more people are attracted to what I do, that they build that trust, the like, the know factor. And, you know, conversely, the people who don't like what I do and don't like what I talk about, they go away. And that's perfect, because I only want to work with people who like me and trust me and get the way I do things. And by me coming on here and being totally myself, then I get people signing up that want to work with me and vice versa. So it's a really beautiful thing once you're prepared to do it. So I'm not seeing, I can't really see who's watching right now. For some reason, sometimes that happens. So if you're commenting and I can't see them, then I will come back to the comments later. Okay, so but please do try and pop in a few comments, and hopefully Facebook will allow me to see them. So in the last 2 days, the first day we did choose your nook. So that was all about finding some backgrounds in your house, and you will have many more than you originally had thought. Find a background that suits your brand, your message. This is my favorite spot to sit, but I also sit in different places so that my lives don't all look the same. If someone's looking at all my videos, they don't all look exactly the same. They can differentiate between them. The second day we did choose your look. So that's all about how do you want other people to perceive you? You know, are you going to be fresh out of the shower? Are you going to be in your gym clothes? Are you going to be made up or not? And, you know, that all comes down to your personal preference and how you feel comfortable and your brand. You know, you really got to think about those things. So if you haven't seen those videos, do go back and watch day 1 and 2. Catch up on those in your own time. So today, choosing your topic. So is there anyone there, let's have a look, who struggles to think about what to go live with? Like, do you have blanks when it comes to going live? Or do you put off doing your lives because you think to yourself, it's a good excuse saying, oh, look, I've got nothing to go live about. I've heard people say that. They say, oh, I've got nothing to go live about. Everyone in business has heaps of stuff to go live about, heaps, because you have skills and expertise that nobody else has, or someone else has, but they don't have your exact experience and they don't have your flavor. So here I am talking to you. I'm a business coach. I've got my own flavor. There's hundreds of other business coaches out there, but some of you like the flavor that I provide, and that's why, you know, you find it useful. I could be saying, talking about a similar topic to someone else, but I'll have a different take on it. I'll have a different flavor that will resonate with some people and not with others. So you always have content if you understand that you have expertise to share. You wouldn't be in business if you didn't. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to tell you. I've got my notes here, so I do keep looking down because otherwise I go off track. So I'm just going to refer to my notes from time to time. The other thing I want to mention, and this is something Carly Marie, many of you know, I follow her, she's a coach of mine. She talks about you will never run out of content, and that is the truth. If you understand that, you know, anytime you think you're running out of content, that is you stopping yourself from actually tuning into your own value and then putting that out there, or thinking that you've got to keep stuff hidden back because that's the bit that you've got to sell and you can't put it out for free on your lives. That again is false, in the sense that there's always going to be more behind it. I can come on here and do lives about live streaming, which is what we're doing. We're doing this 5-day challenge, and I'm selling a course about live streaming, which starts on Friday, as many of you know. And I could have thought, oh, well, but isn't all this content just for my course? I can't put it out here for free because then I won't have anything to offer. But there's always more behind it. There's always more levels. And so I would encourage you not to hold yourself back thinking, oh, I can't put that out there because I'm selling a course on it. There's always going to be more behind it. Just going to check here. Jackie says, I know what I want to talk about but struggle with the words. Okay, and that might be, I'd ask you, Jackie, to think about, do you struggle with the words if you were talking to someone in the flesh? Would you struggle, or is it that nerves about going live that brings that struggle up for you? That'd be an interesting thing to work out, because if it is just nerves, then it means you just got to practice. And the thing about going live is, it does take practice. When I first started, I used to get super nervous and feel really almost shaky in my voice, feel like I couldn't figure out what to say. And, you know, I got better and better. And even now, you see me, I still struggle for the words. Sometimes I often look up, but I would do that if I was having a conversation. You know, when we're talking, especially if there's no one talking back to us, nobody expects you to have the perfect spiel. And I will go back to something that I said the other day, which is, this is a conversation, not a performance. So if you view it in that way of trying to bring the feel of a conversation to it, rather than thinking, oh, I have to sit here and it all has to come out perfectly like a performance and I can't say and I can't stop and think, then that's where you'll have issues. Whereas if you allow yourself those moments, you're watching in my lives, there's moments where I just, you know, you can see I stop and think because the words aren't coming. And, you know, as far as I know, it hasn't put too many people off. You're still watching, right? Okay. So, more about saying stuff clearly. Okay. All right. Now, it'd be interesting though, Jackie, to just go, and ask yourself, do you feel that way when you're having a one-on-one with someone? Or is it just in the live environment? Because I think you're a very clear talker, and I think, you know, maybe you're being hard on yourself. Maybe you're expecting something from yourself that's maybe not possible, and maybe no one else is expecting that anyway. All right. I'm just going to see more about stuff. Clearly, yeah, conversation versus performance. Yeah, that was a game changer, the conversation versus performance. Thinking of lives in that way totally changed it for me, because I realised I can say I can stop and think, I can stop and have my cup of tea, because that's what I would do if you guys were here with me now, right? I'd have a sip of tea. So I'm going to do that. And you don't mind, as far as I know. You might really hate it, but then you wouldn't be watching. Okay, so next thing I wanted to say, people need to hear that. Right. Sometimes people think, well, I've been live, I've gone live, I've shared everything that I've got, so there's no more to share. You know what? A lot of the times we repeat ourselves because there's new people coming on who don't know what we do and need to hear it. And the people, like I've said that same thing about conversation versus performance. I've said it maybe 50 times on my lives, but some of you are hearing that for the first time. So it's okay to repeat yourself. And the people who watch you over and over, they don't care if they hear the same message many times, because they love what you do. They love how you share. And it's just, you know, getting that message deeper and deeper into their mind or their subconscious or whatever. So they don't mind. I can listen to Carly Marie, who I absolutely love, and she'll say the same things many times. And I think it's just, I get a deeper level of it each time she says it. It doesn't bother me that I hear it. So if you feel like you're repeating yourself, don't let that put you off, you know. Come back on. Some of the stuff I'm going to share on here tonight, I have shared in a previous live in different forums, but I know that it's still valuable and some of you need to hear it. Some of you will have heard bits of it. Some of you won't have got it all. So it's totally fine. The other final thing I want to say before I'm going to give you really specific stuff that that you might want to write down is, when you're choosing your topic, especially if you're new to doing lives, I would highly recommend that you choose a topic that is close to your heart, that you feel passionate about, that's going to get you a bit excited. You know, not so close to your heart like it's, you know, really upsetting you. If you're not ready to talk about something and you want to do a vulnerable share, you know, you can get on here and cry, and I have cried on my lives, and it's gone down really bloody well, actually, because people really felt what I was saying. But you want to also, you know, not be a blubbering mess, I guess. So choose your topic where it's something close to your heart, you feel passionate about, that people are going to get the energy from. You know, they're really going to get you when you talk about it. So I mentioned on an earlier one of, you know, day 2 or day 1, I can't remember, someone asked about whether it's important to go live or can you just upload pre-recorded. And my view is lives are better because there is actually an energetic exchange going on between all of us right now. That's what I believe wholeheartedly with every part of my body. I believe that. You may not, and that's totally cool. But also going live, even if you don't believe that, you can have the conversation. People can comment and contribute to what you're saying, and so you co-create the space together, and you're going to get better results for them and for you. If there's a bit of a a bit of contribution from the audience, is always good. So throw some money into the hat, you know. All right, so let's have a look here. Next thing. So the next things, you might want to write these things down. These are kind of content buckets or topic buckets that you can use to think about your live content, and you can put these up. I've got a little graphic with most of these listed on it, so I'll put it in the comments afterwards. So you don't have to write them down, but if you're someone that likes to write as you learn, and that helps you, then please do. So the first thing is, in terms of choosing topics or content, think of something that is going to help the people that you are here to serve. So I'm assuming that you're in business and that you have an audience of people that, you know, want to know what it is you offer and want to learn from you in some way, shape or form. You've got value to share with those people. So think about those people, like who are they? So I'm thinking of you guys, and what will help you? Oh, it'll help you if I tell you about some topics. You know, that's the kind of thing that I can share with you. And that's why you would take the time out of your evening, really important time of family time potentially or whatever. You're taking time out to learn something. So I've got to give you something that's valuable. So you do the same. Think about who you're here to serve and what would really help that person, you know, what's something that they need from you. The next thing is, these are all content buckets, so to speak. The next bucket is, what are you really good at that other people aren't so good at? And this can be a hard one. Sometimes you have to phone a friend and say, hey, what do you think I'm good at? If you can't come up with it yourself. This is what, you know, I used to talk back in the day about your G spot, which is your genius spot. Okay, so these are, you know, we've all got G spots. We do. Genius spots, I mean. So we've all got them. They're the things that we're really, really good at that other people aren't good at. And if you don't know what yours are, just think about the things that people come to you and always ask for your help with. So say you're someone who's super organized and someone will always come to you and say, oh, can you help me with this? Or are you really skilled at using a particular techie tool or, you know, whatever it is that you're good at, that people always ask you for, that's something you can share. And even if it's not specifically related to your business, you can find a way to weave it in. So that's another great topic. Third one is, what are you learning that will benefit other people, the people that you're here to serve? What are you currently in the process of learning that you have kind of embodied in some way? Maybe you're still learning it, but you have, you know, you're a few steps ahead of other people. So for example, me doing this challenge for you guys and the course that I'm running, which starts on Friday, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to do lives. Like, I'm not perfect at it by any means, as you guys know, but I know enough to be able to share some value. So this is something I'm learning and getting better at and embodying and mastering. And I'm at a point where I'm ready to share that and teach other people. So think about for yourself, what are you currently learning that you feel like you're just ahead of some people that you can help? The next one I've got is, what are you struggling with? So something in your life or your business that's been a struggle, but that you've kind of come through. Usually I would suggest don't necessarily share until you're sort of at the point where you've got some value to provide on it. So, and this is where, you know, you start getting into the realm of a vulnerable share, like, you know, I've really struggled with this, and then people will resonate, because if you've struggled with it, then so many other people will have as well. And then you can bring to the live what it is you learned from that struggle and how you got through it, that can help other people. Make sense? Hopefully that all makes sense. I'm not seeing comments anymore, so maybe you're just all writing furiously. I hope so. Okay, the next bucket is, and this is a really important one, and it sounds bloody obvious, but you'd be surprised. What are you selling at the moment? And what are you selling that excites you? So a lot of people don't talk about what they're selling here online. And I think it may come from a bit of a fear around selling. So I've had that in the past, but I've really shifted that in a way where I'm happy to talk about what I'm selling, and I'll be talking about it at the end of this live, because I'm so passionate about what I do and I believe so much in my services and products that I'm happy to talk about them. I've gotten to the point where I see them as gifts, and so why wouldn't I share those? And why wouldn't I tell people about them? Because I know they're going to help people. and it will be the same for you. So if you're not on doing your lives and talking about what you sell and giving people that information so that they can actually buy from you, then you're doing them a disservice because you're not sharing what it is you're here to help them with. So please include that as a content bucket for your lives, that you, and if you need any help with the selling stuff, then, you know, come and see me. I can help you in a single session, I reckon. Or join one of my groups. I've got groups and I've got courses, all sorts of things, and quite a lot of them touch on selling because I know it's an issue for people. So ask me if you need help with that. Next content bucket is, you should see my writing. It's really hard for me to read it. That's why I'm like, I think I need my glasses. What do you wish you knew? Okay, right. What do you wish you knew 6 months ago? So quite often we're helping people who are just a few steps behind us. 6 months ago or a year ago, what would you have benefited from knowing that you now know that you can help someone who's basically an earlier version of you, help them not go through what you went through, you know? And for me, like this, learning how to do lives, knowing that I had to have my phone landscape, knowing all the things that I now know that I've kind of honed in the past 6 months, that's why I can come on here and do this. So you will be in the same boat. You'll have some skills under your belt that you've learned over the last 6 months that you can share with other people. So that's another great one. Another one, just if you're really running out of ideas, is what book are you reading now? Like, I'm assuming many of you are reading books or listening to audiobooks and they're helping you. If you're a kind of learner, you know, you're a lifelong learner, then share it. You know, you could review the book on your live, you could talk about it, show it. Just be mindful. I did that once with Carly's book and I kept holding it up and I didn't realize that the words were backwards. So when I looked back at it, I thought, oh, you know, it's fine if they are, because we always have our cameras on reverse like this often. More often we do, so we can see the comments. But I hadn't thought that through and I kept holding it up. Like if I'd held it up once and said, oh, you probably can't read it, but this is what it says. But I kept showing it. So looking back on it, I wouldn't do that like that now. Untamed, there you go. Tracy's reading Untamed. I'm reading Untamed. So you could get on and talk about Untamed. And it wouldn't matter what business you're in. If you're reading Untamed and you're getting something out of it and you get on your live and talk about it, you're giving people an insight into the kind of person that you are and the kind of things that light you up and, you know, the messages that resonate for you. And people who want to buy from us and work with us or, you know, whatnot, they want to know us, you know, they want to know who we are. And by sharing, you know, how much we loved a particular chapter of a book or the book that's just, you know, making us so excited at the moment is a really great way of giving them an insight into who you are. And then, of course, they might go out and buy the book, which is awesome. So, you know, they'll love you for that and they'll thank you forevermore, especially, you know. So next one I've got here is a recent breakthrough. Again, this is sort of ties into what we were saying before about learning, you know, something you're learning. So often when we have a breakthrough, it's, you know, there's a saying, I know Janie often says, I don't know if she's on here. Janie, are you here? I don't think she, oh, you might be here, Janie. Janie, if you're here, what is that saying that you say about your breakthroughs? Basically, the theme is that our breakthroughs are for other people. And so once we have our own breakthrough, if we can share that. Yes, she's here. So pop it in, Janie. It sounds like someone's knocking. Sorry, there's just a knocking sound in the background. It's like disturbing me because there should be no knocking on my door. I'm not even near the front door. Okay, it's really bothering me. Hang on 1 second. Are you knocking? Can you not do that? It's knocking right on the door. normally get up in a live and go and tell your husband off, but I had to because it was really distracting me. This is hilarious. So these are the sorts of things you can do in your lives if you want to. And people, if you guys forgive me, that's showing you that it's totally okay. And those of you who are going, oh, she's just a dickhead, I can't watch her anymore, and walked away, that's fine too, okay? So it's totally fine. As long as you're happy to be yourself, you know, that's me. I've just had to tell him off. He's painting. He's doing a painting on the other side of this wall, and it was knocking on the bloody wall. So bizarre. Right. Where was I? Sharing a recent breakthrough. Oh, Janie, did you share that thing? Janie. No, she didn't. I want you to share that thing you said the other day about how your breakthrough is for other people. Basically. Next thing I had here, my notes are getting really scrappy, they're right down the bottom of the page, is to talk from your heart, which we talked about right at the start. So share something that is, you know, close to your heart, something you feel passionate about, and that's really going to resonate for others. And finally, my last bucket is sharing something, doing a challenge like this one. So this has been great for me to get some momentum around, you know, and it helps when you do lives, it helps you really figure out what it is you're here to do, what you need to tell people. And so running a challenge like this is really great for me because it means I'm consistently coming online, and hopefully it's really valuable for the people watching. I know lots of people have already had value from it and are doing things differently already, and that's just bloody awesome. So run a challenge, you know, it could be a 3-day challenge or 10 days, 7 days, 5 days, whatever, on, you know, something that's related to your business. And it's really cool to do as part of a launch. So speaking of launches, as you guys know, I am launching a course that starts this Friday. If you want to get better at your lives and you want to feel more comfortable, like you just want to feel you, and you want to be able to watch them back and have a giggle. Every time I do a live, if I do watch it back, I don't watch all of them back, but when I do, I generally laugh at myself. I think they're really funny. And I think you know, like, I really feel like it is me, you know, and I don't feel like I'm putting on, you know, the phone voice or the live voice or whatever you want to call it. I don't feel like that, you know, and so that's where I want you guys to get. And I also want you to get super comfortable. So like I know one of the people watching, or she may not be watching now, but she's certainly in the course. She wants to be able to, you know, channel the divine and, you know, get the messages and bring them through, which is something that I have now been able to do because I'm comfortable. And you can't do that if you're feeling really, really nervous. And so the course that I'm running, which starts on Friday, it goes for about a week and a half. We're going to have lessons in there like this, but going to the next level. We're going to go through everything in detail. You can pick my brain for the whole 8 days. And we're going to do lots of practices in the closed Facebook group. And I think that's going to be where the real value lies. Not only lots of practices, but I'm going to give feedback, as will the other participants. We can all give each other genuine feedback and say, you know what, when you did this, didn't sit right, or, you know, why don't you try this? And they can come back in and do as many lives as you want. You can get in there and do 100 lives if you want to. Just practice, practice, practice. And I think it's a really important thing to do. It's going to be a safe group. There's already about, 8 people in there. Beautiful group of people. So if you want to join, go to the link at the top of my page, click learn more, and that will take you to the page. It's only $55 and it's going to be awesome. You'll have forever access. All the videos are recorded. It's going to be bloody awesome. There was something else I had to say about it, but it's gone. It's gone from my mind. Anyway, so if you want more details and you know, can't find enough info on that Learn More page, then contact me directly. But it doesn't matter where you're at. If you've never done a live, you'll be perfect to go in there. And if you're really good at lives, but you just want to get that bit better, get more practice, get feedback, really hone the skills, then jump on in. It's going to be awesome. And I think, oh, actually, Janie's going to be in there too. She's going to come in and do a special guest spot and talk about clothing and colours that work, you know, on the screen, etc. So you said something today or yesterday, Janie, about the colours. I can't remember what it was, about the tones or something. she's an expert in that field, which I'm not, but she's helped me a lot. So she'll come in and do a guest spot in there too. So that's all I had to say tonight. I think I've run out of stuff to say. If you've got any questions, let me just quickly check the comments here if there's anything I've missed. COVID was coming. I could have pivoted quicker. I missed the earlier part of that conversation. I'll come back to that afterwards. Our breakthrough, there's Janie's comment. Let me just read it out. Our breakthroughs are not for us. They are to give others hope. If we can do it, so can others. Yes, perfect. Okay, all right, yes. You're definitely you, says Tracy. And so Tracy knows me outside of the online environment, and she says that I'm definitely me on my lives, which is awesome. That's all I want to be, because then people really get to know me, and that's the whole point of doing it. And I get to, you know, come on here and talk about what I want to, because it's my page, and your page is your page. It's your stage. Your page is your stage. You get to talk about whatever is on your heart. And, you know, if people don't like that, see you later. They can go, you know. So anyway, that's my 5 cents worth. Please send me the Diva link. Oh, Davina, excellent. Davina's going to be in it. Okay, so yeah, there's a discount if you're a Diva. So anyone who wants to become a Diva, you really join my Diva group, then let me know, and you get a discount for coming into the Loving Your Live Streams course. It's less than half price. So yeah. All right, I will send you the Diva link, my love. And anyone else, if you need more info, let me know. That's it from me tonight. Enjoy your evening if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, and your morning if you're somewhere else. If you're watching on a replay, #replay. Lots of love to you all. See you, and I'll see you tomorrow. We've got one more day of content before we go live. Yay!